An eerie twist in the murders of those 4 University of Idaho students. Now, we know, of course, that before the cross-country trip that suspect Bryan Kohberger took with his father from Washington State to their family's home in Pennsylvania, Kohberger was one of 34 students in Washington State University's Criminal Justice and Criminology graduate program. And here's what I found particularly fascinating. Tonight we're learning from the Idaho Statesman that in Kohberger's courts and legal process class, they actually discussed this quadruple homicide that had occurred just 10 miles east of the campus. Yes, the suspect was in a criminology class where they talked about his alleged murders. Now, according to one of Kohberger's classmates, the accused killer was, quote, completely silent as the discussion took place, and Bryan Kohberger's silence actually stood out, according to 2 fellow grad students who described Kohberger before the November 13th killings, quote, he seemed gregarious and outgoing. That was really the only impression that I got. He was an incredibly strong student and talked during class every time. He sat front and center, was not hiding or tucking back in the back. He was right there in the middle of it. NewsNation spoke to Ben Roberts, one of the students, and he described Kohberger's classroom demeanor.
He very much liked it when everybody in the room knew that he knew what was going on, but it wasn't enough that you knew that he knew. He had to make absolutely sure you understood that he was smart, that he had this intellectual capacity.
But apparently he was silent when it came to this case. Now, as Kohberger sits in a Leda County jail, another strange twist, the Idaho Statesman reports that Kohberger's enthusiasm for his concentrated area of study, understanding the criminal mind, was regularly on display. Quote, Brian only talked about his interest in forensic psychology. Maybe he was spending too much time on the psychology behind it and not enough on the nuts and bolts, considering the amount of evidence that law enforcement says Kohberger left behind, from cell phone records to his car being caught on camera and even DNA left at the scene. Let's bring in NewsNation senior national correspondent Brian Entin, who's been all over this. He's on the ground in Moscow, Idaho tonight, outside that house on King Road. Brian, thanks for coming back on the program. Appreciate it. All right, so we're getting a more complete look at what Kohberger may have been like before he was identified as a suspect. I know you have spoken to a number of the folks who studied with him, worked with him. I find this to be fascinating, this possibility that they were actually talking about this case while he was in class.
Yeah, it's really interesting, Dan. At Washington State University, just about 10 minutes from where we are in Moscow, Idaho, in Pullman, Washington, where he was getting his PhD. Apparently, he was very, very talkative in class normally, shared his opinions, liked to participate. But when the discussion came up about the murders that happened in this house behind me, he did not say a word, according to his classmates, which at the time apparently didn't seem that strange. No one thought anything of it. But of course, where we are at now, they're thinking back and remembering that it was certainly very interesting that he didn't want to talk about it.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.